Morning, everybody. This is Zen Miller. I'm the Dairy and Livestock Agent in Outagamie County for UW Extension. And here in northeast Wisconsin, I've come across a piece of equipment that I think could be very helpful to beef cow-calf producers in the state of Wisconsin and other places. And this is actually Carla's calf catcher is what it's called. It's mounted on a 2555 John Deere. And she uses this to process her calves when they're born out in the field. We'll show you that later in this segment. One of the things we think is important is that this is a safety issue. Those mama cows get pretty distressed and sometimes charge. I've seen them put dents in pickup trucks and so forth when you're processing calves, so this does away with that. Another segment will show you how Carla uses this. It's also important that if we want to weigh our calves, we have a safe place to do this. This cage would help you do that, so you can get some performance data. It's a one-man operation, so you don't have to have 2-3 people. It's safe for the calves because the calves aren't getting tied up, thrown down, thrown in a pickup flatbed or something like that. So there's a lot of positives to this piece of equipment, and as you see it work, I think you'll understand why. Got that or not?
It's done like that.
Okay. When we're processing, of course, we can get some ID in these calves, so we know what cow they're out of, what sire they're out of, the date they're born. So there's a lot of good reasons to process calves, and this piece of equipment helps us do that easily. Finally, I think we need to recognize that in the first 7 days of life is the biggest chance of calves dying. So if we can catch them, check them out, we can see if they're healthy and proceed from there. Now, one of the difficulties with this piece of equipment is that if you have a lot of hills, trees, gullies, this may not be able to be used easily on your farm, but we'd like to share with you what it does. Denny, tell me about your operation.
Well, Zen, the United Nations farm has a total of about 5,000 acres of assorted crops, and our main focus right now is on the beef herd. We're going through a small expansion of the beef herd, so we've increased our market share to force us to expand our herd a little bit. So we are cow-calf all the way through finishing. We have the whole thing right on site right here.
Okay, good. Well, one of the things I'm really interested in for this interview is Carla's critter catcher. Tell me how this got started.
Well, then a couple years ago, we had some crazy cows. They would have the calf, and the cows would get extremely nuts. You couldn't get near the calf. The cow would charge you, do anything. So first thing we did is we called in the vets. And the vets were telling us it was probably a nutrition problem, so we went through a lot of testing and everything else, and come to find out that our nutrition levels were right where they wanted them, right perfect, and they said basically that was the cow's escape. She was so nutritionally balanced that when she had the calf, anger was her escape. So we figured, well, we had the cows where we wanted them, we've got to do something to be able to handle the calves. So that's where this idea came up.
Okay, so basically this is a safety concern for your operators.
It's a safety concern for the operators. It's a one-man operation. I can send one person out to the field. We can do this. And it's also a safety concern for the cattle. We never have to worry about the calf being injured. We never have to worry about the cow being injured or the person that's processing the calf.
Okay, well, tell me about processing the calf. What do you do in the field? And why are you doing it?
Well, first couple days with me, with the tribe's philosophy, the first couple days is our big thing for health. So we want to catch that calf as quick as the calf is born. We want to get it vaccinated, tattooed, that we can verify parenthood and stuff like that. So they go through a rigorous vaccination. We can tell sex. We do weigh calves at times, not all the time, but we do weigh them at certain times to run through records later on.
Okay, now here in northeast Wisconsin, we have some woods and some hills, but how does this work? I'm a little concerned about valleys and so forth.
Then we're out here, we have pretty flat open ground. We don't have a lot of deep waterways or anything else. It's pretty flat open ground, so it works very well. It, you know, we've got the little wheels on the side of it to float, but yet we can control the whole thing with the 3-point hitch on the tractor.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm sure think that this is something that people ought to look at here, and I'm glad that the tribe has tried it, and we're going to give you some more information as far as how to build, as far as how to operate, and how this contraption works, or this piece of equipment works. Hey, hi again, everybody. This is Zen Miller here with Carla Habach, who's the herdsperson here at Oneida Nations Farm at Seymour, Wisconsin, in Outagamie County, Wisconsin. Carla, why don't you show us your critter catcher here and tell us about it?
Well, when I'm going out to the field, I have it raised like it is right now. And when I come up to a calf, I'll lower it, which I'll drive up into the calf will be inside. When I drive up into it, and all I have to do is push.
You get that calf in a pen just like that.
And then I'm able to get off my tractor, go through my little walkway door, and then I'm able to tag my calf.
Okay, now you're safe from the cow. If you have cows charge this and it keeps them out, I mean, it's just hog wire there, cattle panels.
So far I have had no cows charge anything. They've done a lot of noise pawing at me and that kind of thing, but...
Okay, why don't you tell us what you do to process the calf here on the farm?
I do the calf guard first. I mix it up. It's a powder and water. Pull out the water, put it into the powder one, and then I pull it out, and it's going to be in the syringe. It's a 3 cc's that you're going to give by mouth. And then there's the Nasalgen TSV2 that I do the same with. I mix it up. It's going to be 2 cc's, and it's going to go in each nostril, and cc in each. And then I do a equalizer. That's going to be with a different syringe. It's a 10 cc that I need. That's going to go in the mouth. And then they will get the probiotic paste, which is 5 cc's of it, and that's going to be in the mouth also. And then when I come to the ear tags, I have the males are green, the blue is the female. I write the mom's number on the tag and also the birth date of the calf, and then I will tag the calf and just punch through the ear.